Her name is Rena S. Please give a round of applause for Rena.
Thanks, Han. Give a round of hands for Han. Hi, guys. My name is Rena. So my story is about one of my fishing trips. Yes, I love fishing. I picked up the hobby about 5 years ago. But if you know someone who likes to fish, normally they like to talk about how big their catch was, right? And every time they tell that story, the fish just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But this isn't one of those stories, lah. Okay? So this happened last year. Me and 3 of my friends, we decided to go fishing together. And we decided, okay, let's go fishing off the coast of Kuantan. So we needed a guide, a boatman who can take us to the fishing spots, right? So we drove up there and we met up with this guy that we hired. His name was Pak Noah. Okay, so we met up by Pak Noah's boat. And my God, guys, the boat was tiny. I knew it was gonna be small, but I didn't think it was that small. It's the kind that you draw as a child, but you minus the sail, put a tiny roof. That's what the boat was like. And oh my God, so we crammed into that boat, 5 of us. And this guy, Pak Noah, right? He's in his 50s maybe, but he looked older from that sun damage. I don't think he knows what sunblock is. Pak Noah is a superstitious man. Every time before he goes off fishing, he needs to swim in the ocean so that he'll basically become one with the sea. Great. This is cutting edge safety measure. So we set off at about 9 a.m. Okay, our first spot was this buoy, that floating thingy, right? Plenty of fish there. But Pak Noah is a fisherman, right? But he didn't have a rod. He didn't have a net. What he had was this line that's wrapped in a spool. But guess what? He caught the biggest fish. What kind of sorcery is this, right? The fish was at least this big, at least that big. And my catch was, never mind. So yeah, and at about 1 p.m. we moved further out. And we kept moving from spot to spot until we got to this last spot at about 5 p.m. And it was about 8 miles out from land. Okay, so at this point, we had been fishing for 8 hours, and I was tired. My back was killing me. So I lie down with my back against the side of the boat. And then what I saw was this movement in the water, something big was moving in the water. So I took a closer look, and there were 4 dolphins swimming towards our boat. It was amazing. I had never seen dolphins in the wild, and I didn't even know we could see them in Malaysia, right? So not long after that dolphin encounter, right, we left that spot. That spot actually had other big boats there, but we left that spot. Pak Noah said, let's go home, so we headed home. And I kid you not long after that, it started pouring, heavy rain, the kind that if you don't have any shelter, it hurts your skin, that kind of rain. So we all huddled under that tiny roof, and we were drenched. And that boat was just rocking like this the entire time. So if it had just gone just a degree more, it would have flipped. So this went on for about an hour. And unlike a normal near-death experience where it's just a split second, this was just a constant battle in my mind whether we would survive this ordeal. Okay, so yeah, we were we were there, and I kind of regretted leaving that spot where all the big boats were, because if in the case of an emergency, like the big boats could have helped us. But no, we were in the middle of the ocean in that tiny boat. And to make matters worse, I heard Pak Noah said, "Dok napok," which means he could not see. He could not find his way back. How can this man, who's supposed to be our guide, who knows all the fishing spots without using a GPS whatsoever, lose his way home? That kind of made me angry. And also, out of the 5 people in the boat, there were only 3 life jackets because we brought them from home. Pak Noah did not have any life jackets on that boat. So we told Pak Noah, stop the boat. It's pointless to keep going aimlessly, right? And I asked him, "Pak Noah, how are we going to find our way home?" And this man, this guide with no compass, this fisherman with no rod, no net whatsoever, no life jackets, he gave me a logical solution. He was like, "Let's wait for it to get dark, and then we'll probably see light coming from Kuantan." So that's what we did. We waited and finally saw light from Kuantan, and we headed home. And it took us more than an hour to get back. And by the time we got back, it was already 9:30 p.m. So that was a long day. So we were exhausted, but we felt like we've been given a second chance at life. Pak Noah looked home like nothing happened. And I know this experience was a traumatic one for each of us. And it was a rough encounter with nature. But nature actually tried to warn us in the gentlest way possible by sending us the dolphins, which were running away from the storm. It's just that we were oblivious to this sign. So us, being anglers, we love to fish. On our way back from Kuantan, we had already made plans for our next trip. And from what I heard recently, Pak Noah has a new boat. So let's hope it has GPS and life jackets. Thank you very much.